All right, we're recording. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for watching this new episode of us, Cass and I, Omar Casanova and I hanging out. And we just wanted to give you our quick thoughts about the DC situation, the
Yes.
DC apocalypse.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Good night. Good day. I hope you're having a great week. It's almost the
Mm-hmm.
end of the week, and
Mm-hmm.
apparently on Fridays we get some news. Always, just like
Mm.
last week, we got some news from DC Comics. Unfortunately, it was not very good news. And they continued with the news on Monday, and I think on Tuesday. And it's been running all this week. So the comic book industry has been on a loop right
Mm.
now about the DC Comics layoffs. What's
Mm-hmm.
been happening with DC Comics, and we thought that we could at least we don't know anyone on the inside, and we don't have any new information, but at least we can give a fresh perspective
Mm-hmm.
on what we think it could happen and how the normal people will see this, because normies don't care. Let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
They don't know that the layoffs are happening. Normies don't care, don't know. They just want their entertainment. That's all they care about. So if the
Yeah.
new Batman movie, new Wonder Woman movie comes, it's all the same to them.
Yeah. I think it's I don't think they I think the normie approach is they might like some of the stories and the characters, but they can have it in any particular medium, you know? And to most people, let's be honest, I mean, it's easier and more exciting and thrilling to just kind of sit on your couch and watch watch a movie of Wonder Woman than to, go drive out to your LCS if you can find one and pick up a copy of, 24 pages and then read half a story,
Hmm.
I get it,
Or mhm.
Yeah.
So mm, what I'm trying to say
Mm.
is, by any mean, I'm not trivializing the situation. This
Oh,
is
no, no.
really bad.
Yeah,
To me, this is heartbreaking because I'm a DC
absolutely.
guy. I love Superman. I love the DC universe, and I've loved the work that a lot of the artists have been doing
Hmm.
on DC Comics, and a lot of them are being laid off. We may never see them on DC characters again
Mm.
because
Wow.
just people are paying the price just as the sinners. And
Wow.
I know that
Mm.
there was some bad choices made with the franchises, but apparently the new father, the it's not the father, it's the stepfather. This is like a new stepfather coming to a new house. He's marrying your mom, and
Oh,
it's cleaning your
yeah.
it's cleaning your house. All the pets have to go. You cannot
Mm.
have that rabbit. You cannot have that hamster. The snake has to go. All those fish, you have to take you have to
Wow.
get them out. Yeah, the stepfather is cleaning the house, and that's what's going on right now. The normies don't care. Like I said,
No. Yeah.
normies don't care. They don't know what's going on. The only people that's being affected is the comic book people, the artists, the writers, the editors, and the
Hmm.
people that are really inside of the industry. We're not being affected, thank God, because
Yeah.
we're not in the industry. We're independent.
Yeah.
So you guys are our bosses. You are the ones that can fire us or hire us to do
Mm.
work.
Yeah,
So
that's
we're not
correct.
being affected. But the people in the mainstream, those are the ones that are getting this the most. My personal thought is
Hmm.
of hope.
Hmm.
This is a rebirth. This is the real rebirth of DC
Wow.
Comics.
Real DC
This is the
rebirth. Yeah.
this is the real DC rebirth.
Yeah.
Because after these,
I dig
after
it.
the after the full blown torch, scorch earth, what is that is happening right now, you
Mm.
only get ashes, and from the ashes, that phoenix has to, arise.
That's hopeful.
Yeah,
That's very hopeful. That's something that I think DC deserves that kind of hope. The
I
legacy of
believe
DC deserves it.
yes, they can't just die. They're not just gonna disappear, and I hope that they can rebuild. This is being destroyed. This is being turned down, turned off. But I believe that we can rebuild better, stronger.
Yeah, yeah, and like a lot of people are, I think, probably correctly pointing out, it doesn't mean that the A-list DC characters are going to disappear. They're just probably going to get licensed out. But one of the problems with the industry right now is, who are you going to license it to? Are you going to license it to Oni Press, who like merged a year ago and is already kind of pretty much in foreclosure? Like who what other comic companies can't, if DC can't produce them, I don't know who else can. But then again, like we, like you said with the normies, like maybe they just need a generation of being on TV and movie and lunchboxes. I don't know. It probably not that long, but there probably will be some kind of era where things kind of have to they have to exist apart from their original medium, at least to most people. I feel like they already do for most people, but that might become something that we have to see in the short term.
There's the biggest example for this is Marvel.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the comic books, Marvel comic books.
Yeah.
Most of them are meaningless, and most of them are pretty much throwaway stories that they have no real consequences on the universe that it's happening. So Marvel Comics kills Captain America and they just bring him back a month later. So there's no real consequences happening in comic books right now, at least in Marvel Comics. Nobody cares that Squirrel Girl could beat Thanos, for example, or Galactus. She can kill Galactus. So what real consequences? Is anyone taking that seriously? No.
Yeah.
But they're not going to do I can tell you this. They can make a comic book in which Squirrel Girl beat Thanos or Galactus. They're not going to make a movie where she does that. I can. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to watch it. Nobody's going to see it. So Marvel Comics been the biggest example of what DC Comics is going to go through now. Because Marvel Comics not been surviving by making any comic books that sell. They're just making video games. They're making movies, novelizations, and all of the stuff that is not really comic books. So that's what's going to happen to DC Comics, I believe. But it's going to be a new rebirth. It's probably not gonna be the same DC Comics that we used to know, but that's what it is. That's what it's going to be for a while.
It's kind of, I think it's not too dissimilar to what Star Wars has gone through in the past, because these characters are very popular, just in different media, right? And there's been periods when Star Wars fans only had 3 movies or 6 movies, and they thought that was all they were ever going to get. And it was like, oh, the main format, the original format for these characters is done, and now we have to look to enjoy them, to just like go to conventions and get art done, and I don't know, read books. Like it's going to take some other format, buy toys. We're going to have to continue the dream, I guess, of that particular world from another medium. But then it comes back, right? So
I think there's a lot of reprints that are going to happen now.
Yeah,
because Marvel has been reprinting a lot of old stuff, including old stuff that they did in the 90s and 80s. They're just recoloring it and reprinting it in a different format, maybe an omnibus, or they might do an absolute edition or a bigger deluxe edition. So I remember Dan Didio than the deal, which I really like. I think he did a great job
Hmm.
while he was there. He made some good decisions and he made some bad decisions, but I think that the good things that he did go over the
Yeah,
bad
he
things that he
cared.
did.
He really
Yeah,
did.
he did, really cared. So
Hmm.
when they lost Didio, I think that DC Comics lost a piece of his heart.
Mm.
And
Mm.
now, yeah, I remember him saying and asking and questioning the audience, saying we're selling a lot of digest, we're selling a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
is being reprinted, and it's all things from the 70s, from the 80s, and it's selling. What do you guys want? Because you're not buying the new stuff, you're buying
Mhm.
the old reprints. He shouldn't have asked that question. That question answered itself. Nobody wants nobody wants what you're printing right now. They want the old stuff. So you go back to that. They're giving you the answer right there. So I think that new stuff is gonna come, but it's gonna be really scarce. And what
Mm.
they're gonna focus is on they're gonna focus on what was really giving them money, and it was the reprint of the old stuff. So you're gonna see a lot of new ways, new creative ways that they can use that old stuff, that old material, yeah, and
Yeah.
make it new.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably not a terrible idea, and I think a lot of people would actually, the diehard fans, I think, would actually appreciate that. So that's it's not really a death, you know. It's just kind of like a,
Mm.
uh, it's more than returning to your roots. It is it is almost like a coma, but it's a fresh way to. A lot of people want to collect to finish their set of a particular run and stuff like this, and this kind of
Yes.
this thing. It's not really a speculator thing, you know. They want to get the stuff for $4, but they want to get the stuff that they love for $4. So
Yeah, you can read it in the tea leaves, or in the coffee, or
mm.
whatever you choose to read it on. It's if you lay off all the sandwich makers and you own a sandwich shop, what are you going to sell?
Hmm.
You have no one to make any sandwiches.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to buy them already made and sell them already made.
Hmm.
Fortunately for DC, they don't have to do that because they already have catalog. They have 100 years
Yeah.
of comic books to reprint. They
Yeah.
could just pay someone to recolor them, to repack them, and just keep selling that, and focus on what I think they're going to focus, which is streaming and getting all those characters into television
Yeah.
and making series in on HBO Max, and all those things that maybe that's the way that they want to do it. But believe me, you're gonna see a lot of reprints of a lot of
Hmm.
old stuff, more than ever.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I guess it is bittersweet. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it, but yeah.
And the other thing is that what everyone is speculating is,
Hmm.
now nobody is a pro. Nobody's in the
Oh,
mainstream now. You're all
wow.
indies now.
Ooh,
So the
ouch.
indie market, it's gonna be flooded. Now everyone's gonna be a YouTuber now. Everyone's gonna be an indie, and everyone's gonna have a Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign.
Yeah, I was just watching Daniel Warren Johnson. Uh, I mean, if I was going to be collecting anyone, it'd be his stuff. And he's doing portfolio reviews
Mhm.
and, you know, hanging out with the chat. He doesn't get a huge amount of views, but I mean, he's been working at it. He's been hustling for at least 6 months. He's one of the more early adopters, I think, of the people that are, you know, working in the mainstream. What was once the mainstream, and there's going to be more. Yeah,
What I
it's
worry
weird.
is that maybe the pie, the piece of the pie, the piece of the cake, is gonna
Mm,
get smaller for the real indies, because now you have
Yeah.
David Finch on YouTube.
Yeah.
Suddenly, now you have
We've
Dan
had
Jurgens. Yeah,
Jason Lee, and yeah, we've had big people, and it's just going to get more. Yeah.
they're gonna
Or
keep
Jim Lee.
coming.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep coming, and everyone's either gonna have to step it up or move.
Mm.
That's what I believe is gonna happen. If you the people that are going to still make money on crowdfunding is the people that already have an audience.
Yeah.
Pretty much, the people
That's
that
kind of
cultivated that.
sobering.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The people that have the audience, that people that are really good artists that have a very attractive style,
Hmm.
draw Pretty Woman, The Muscular Man, or that
Hmm.
draw really good. They have such a good technique that everyone is just following them just because they get pleasure from their art.
Hmm.
That's the people that are going to sell. But a lot of people that were just buying stuff just for buying, that money is going to go to the pros that now are coming to the indie
Hmm.
scene. So
Hmm.
all those people are going to make the piece of the pie that you make, or that you get, is going to be way smaller, and you're going to be seeing that in the rest of the year. A lot of people are going to come to YouTube, and now, for some
Hmm.
reason, Kickstarter is starting to allow some people that were not allowed on Kickstarter.
Oh, really? Oh, I
So
haven't
yeah,
noticed. No
so
kidding.
some people from Indiegogo that were doing business on Indiegogo now are gonna do business on both sides
Oh,
of the
wow, I
fence.
missed that. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, they
So
need it, right? Haven't we heard a lot about their not being able to pull a profit for a number of months? Kickstarter.
yes, and
Hmm.
I hope that, I mean, I don't get happy about anyone losing their job,
Sure.
because it's a horrible situation, and I hope that everyone that lost their jobs or whatever, uh, I hope they're not going through a bad situation financially, and I hope that
Hmm.
they can get a job fast enough so they can get back on their feet.
Sure.
And but the people that damage the industry, to you personally, I hope that you get a job fast enough and far away from the comic book industry
Hmm.
as you can. Just
Yeah.
go the other way. I hope you had a bad taste in your mouth from comic books and just go the other way. Go somewhere else with your venom, with your bad ideas, with your hate. Just go away. This is not the
Hmm.
place, because a lot of people get happiness or enjoyment from these comic books, from these
Hmm.
books, from these stories, from these characters. They're not yours. They're not yours for you to insert yourself in those stories.
Hmm.
They're not yours to make the characters what they're not,
Hmm.
and to make them talk and say stuff that you will say.
Hmm.
That's not the reason those characters are there. They're not
Hmm.
your propaganda machine. So
Hmm.
just go somewhere else.
Hmm. And there's room for that, like you want to make your own stuff, you can go over there and do it. But yeah, this
Exactly.
whole cart like hollowing out established industries is
Get in the ring.
really unsettling.
Get in the ring. Get in
Yeah.
the ring with the rest of us, and come make content. And here in the indie scene is where you separate the straw from
Hmm.
from the grain, because
Hmm.
here you have to cultivate your audience, and you have to give them what they want. You cannot castigate it. I mean, you cannot castigate your audience here. If you tell your audience here, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book, nobody's gonna believe. Nobody's gonna buy your book. Believe me, it's not gonna happen. Nobody's gonna believe that if they don't. I mean, come on, man, that's a stupid thing to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's not for the indie scene. Over
Yeah.
here, you want everyone to buy your book, whoever it is. We
Hmm.
just want you to have a piece of art or enjoy or story. Thank you for backing. Thank you for backing Kyrie. Thank you for backing Cyber Gods.
Cyber Gods. Yes. Yeah. It's really I mean, someone said it a few weeks ago, like if we forget that customers are our peers, then we've really lost the whole story, you know? And
Exactly.
I think you can get that impression when you're kind of so many steps removed in the big two. If you're so many steps removed from the customer, you can tend to lose sight of that, and you can get that kind of focus where you're the kings and queens of comics, and everyone else is just you know
A
the
pleb.
plebs. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's not. I love the equalizing nature of true of crowdfunded. I almost said indie, but indie doesn't mean
No.
indies
It means
increasingly
that you're.
means yeah.
Yeah.
You could be
This is
working.
that.
You could yeah. I mean it the way like people mean with music and stuff. Where it's like you're
Exactly.
you're not signed to a label yet. You
No, you're
know.
making this your own on your own, and you're putting all your effort, and you're most of the times you are feeling everyone's shoes. You're a
Hmm.
one man band doing
Yeah.
all the work.
Yeah. 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 You're right, and it really separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls. It's I like. Do you have any like? I'm trying to think because you said some pretty sobering words. I'm just trying to think of like how to wrap it up. Like, do you have any advice to us on like what are your thoughts on the shape of things to come when more and more pros are getting here? The competition is going to get hot, and I don't know. I'd see a world right now like with YouTube being the main marketing arm, with like Twitter being kind of
Yeah.
secondary, and there's been a culture that's developed where we're just kind of hanging out, and there's a lot of personality and there's a lot of entertainment kind of focus, which really helps to sell comics. I think it's all natural and good. But if there's a lot of pros coming in, I'm thinking, I don't know. Maybe some people, I think a
This
lot of people
is
are going to do decently, but a lot of them don't know how to do entertainment. So I don't know if
yeah.
that's going to switch to
And
or
this
not.
is the time. This is the moment at the time that I wish I had a bigger platform, that I
Yeah,
had a 100,000 subscribers, so I could
sure.
tell them
Mm-hmm.
this is the time to join. If
Mm,
you see all those pros coming here, just take advantage.
yeah.
Talk to them. Say hi. Make them welcome. Maybe take them to our side.
Mm,
Try to try to get with them and
I like that.
exchange. What do you need? Do you need a colorist? Do you need an editor? Do you need a
Ooh, that's
letterer?
good.
Do you need a writer? Do you need a co-writer? Do you
It's an
need somebody who
opportunity.
can make
Yeah.
yes, this is all opportunities. This is nobody's taking money from you.
Mm,
The pie is gonna shrink, of course, but if you're smart, you can take your techniques, you can take your art, you can take your skills and join all those pros. You can learn from them,
hmm.
and they can help you. You can help them, and they can help you. So
Wow.
it's an opportunity to work with the best artists in the business, and artists that probably you've been admiring for so long. Now these people are free, and they're looking for work, and they're trying to do their own thing. This is
Yeah.
the time to join them, take them over here, take them to comics gate, take them to whatever you want,
Hmm.
but make friends with them.
I
don't
like that.
don't don't envy them, and wish them success, and try to help them. They are going to be grateful, and they're going to help you too. Or just join them. Tell them, if you made a comic book, and maybe you're not
Hmm.
such a good artist, but you are really good at making the crowdfunding. Maybe you're really
Ooh.
good at printing something. Hey, I have a machine to print comic posters and stickers or
Hmm.
whatever. Just offer them then that they're gonna need it, because they don't know that this is a huge machine. This crowdfunding industry is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge,
Takes a
and it's
lot of working
really,
parts. Yeah.
yes, and it's really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, just one little thing, can take your whole campaign down. For example,
Yeah.
not calculating the shipping.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't calculate the shipping, all your savings, all whatever you earn is gonna go and be eaten by the shipping monster,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's a big monster. So not knowing that can take your whole campaign. These new people don't know that. These new
Yeah.
artists, these artists that been just drawing on their rooms, on their offices, and collecting a check, they don't know that. So
Mm-hmm.
just help them out. They're gonna be grateful. Believe me, they're gonna be grateful, and they're gonna help you out.
Yeah, I really dig that. It's actually helping. This would be the first time for a lot of us where we actually have something to offer them.
Yes,
Which is kind of exciting. They're having to immigrate. They're refugees, like
the
coming out of a
refugees.
disaster zone, and we can kind of,
Yes,
uh, help them set up
we can
shop.
be, yeah, we can be classy. We can
Mm,
show that we are great people. This is the chance to show them. I hear a lot of people saying Comicsgate is love, because we Comicsgate is being called a hate group for the longest time. This is your time to shine. Show them that you are a love group, that you're not a hate group. This is the time to shine. This is the time to show them that we can be warmed, and we can be um, a very hospitable place to be. Stay with us, help us, make some cover for us, help the little guy. We'll help you back.
mm, I love it. Yeah. Another reason for rebirth, in a way.
Yes,
None of these people are dying. They still have just as much talent, and a lot of them have been holding back their talent, maybe because of lack of inspiration, or being underutilized, underworked. And
yes,
if they jump in with both hands into our scene, they're really gonna bloom, and we're gonna see some of the most. I mean, this could be a revolution. This could be a new
this could
golden
be.
age of real
I think
exciting content.
yes, this is a new age for comic books. Comic books as a medium, they're never gonna disappear, because this is the only medium that combines pictures with words.
Yeah.
It's it's gonna survive. This is just a transformation. Right now in the chrysalis moment,
Mm.
and it's gonna become something else. I can't wait to see what the future holds and what it transforms into, because I know
Hmm.
it's gonna be better, or of whatever it is right now. I know it's gonna be better. There was dark
Yeah.
times. I think the dark times might be over, and we might
Mm.
be, yeah, new sunshine might be coming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know how I know that it might be over is because there's so many people who still have a love and a passion for comics, and a lot of people who are still incredibly talented that are doing comics. They're just frustrated. It's really the industry that's
Yes.
that's undergoing this sort of chrysalis moment, but it's not people's passion is not dormant. It's
No.
just the method, the vehicle of making, and of generating and distributing, and uh, networking with the fans is going through the transition. So it's gonna, yeah. You're right, man. You just man. I thought this was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a tough video, but this was inspiring.
No, yeah, and thank you everyone for listening to us. If you haven't subscribed yet, just
Hmm.
like and subscribe, and leave us a comment. It really helps the channel, and it
Yep.
really give us the it's gonna give us the right amount of motivation to keep doing it. And if
Hmm.
you haven't still checked out our campaigns, we have Kyrie, which is on book number 2. Number 1 you can buy it right now, and number 2 is gonna be shipped soon. and I have a mailing list on my Indiegogo, which is for CyberGods. It's my personal
Mm-hmm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really like our content, you could just go ahead and check it out. It's both of
Yep.
us. We're making everything from printing, layering, coloring, designing. Everything is done by just two guys. So if you want to help us with 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 something, you can help us there.
Yeah, yeah. And as you can see, we got the passion, so we're gonna find ways to make it happen for you guys. You're definitely our equals, you know.
Yes,
And a lot of times
definitely.
the tables turn, and we're buying your stuff. So yeah, we're just like y'all, just trying to hustle and chase the dream. Yes, thanks for checking out
Chasing
this
the dream.
video, like we said, and give us a like and a subscribe. And we'll try to we're really trying to up the game and putting out shorter content for you guys. Just our thoughts on the topics of the day that people are thinking about in this weird
Yes.
industry we call the comics industry. Thanks
Thank
again
you,
for
everyone.
hanging out with us, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.